Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank the ranking member, and I thank the witnesses for appearing today. I had the preeminent privilege of being here when we had the '08 downturn, and it was a time of great turmoil. I recall banks not lending to each other. That's a powerful statement. When banks don't trust each other, wouldn't lend to each other. I recall how the consumers were being savaged. 327s and 228s, all sorts of products that were designed to give consumers an opportunity to fail. It was some difficult times. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau didn't occur because someone just had a great idea. It came to fruition because there was a need beyond any that we could comprehend, and there had to be some means by which we could assure ourselves, to the extent that people can assure themselves, that this wouldn't happen again. Now, it's not perfect, but my guess is that if we didn't have it, we'd be trying to create it. It's just that important. It seems to me that the GAO's most recent annual audit is something worthy of consideration. Indicates here that they found that the CFPB's fiscal year 2023 financial statements were reliable and that controls over the financial reporting were effective. Goes on to say, the GAO also found that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's financial statements as of and for the fiscal year ended September 30, 2023 and 2022 are presented fairly in all material respects. No reportable non-compliance for fiscal year 2023. So there is an audit that seems to favor the entity being sound, fiscally responsible. I'm not sure I would like to see this Congress fund the CFPB. This Congress has difficulty maintaining leadership. This Congress has difficulty funding the federal government. Do we really want this Congress to fund the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau? So, Mr. Peterson, if Congress could not come to an accord such that we could fund the CFPB after some period of time, what would be the consequences of our failure to do our job?
Well, Representative Green, thank you so much. And you won't remember this, but back in 2008 when you were here, I got to testify before you back then as well. And you've always struck me as such a wise and decent man and full of compassion. And but to answer your question, if the Supreme Court or Congress strikes down the ability of the CFPB to gather its revenue through the Federal Reserve Board of Governors, and if Congress does not step forward and provide a source of funding, then we would expect eventually the Bureau's consumer protection tools would start to wither on the vine. We'd have fewer examiners that are conducting audits, fewer enforcement cases, less capability providing clarity and information for compliance concerns for businesses. So I think we would lose that protection that you all voted for back in 2010.
My suspicion is that at some point we would not have a CFPB, and that would suit the aims of many people. I support the CFPB. I believe we have to have an agency to look out for the people and that's what it does. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
The gentleman yields. The gentleman from South Carolina, Mr. Timmons, is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have grave concerns